by the car.
England's cricketers will be playing under a neutral umpire during their test series with the West Indies in the new year. The International Cricket Council has set up an independent panel of umpires to be drawn from all 9 test-playing countries. In future, every test match will be controlled by one official from the home country and one drawn from the international panel.
It's disagreements like this 6 years ago between the then England captain Mike Gatting and the Pakistani umpire Shakur Rana, which have convinced the International Cricket Council of the need for a permanent panel of neutral umpires. Until now, both umpires have been nominated by the home country, which has proved an occasional source of disputes during test matches. The ICC is taking what it calls an historic step to counter a growing perception among some players that not all umpires are entirely impartial.
What ICC and the boards of the world want to see is the game of cricket played in the best traditions of the game and in the right spirit of the game, and this step of a National Grid International panel will help to achieve that.
We're the only sport that doesn't have neutral umpires, and I suppose the time has come, like most things, that you end up having to keep up with the rest, and I think this is what's happened.
Today's announcement follows a successful pilot programme which included South Africa's home test series with India last winter. The West Indian Steve Buckner stood as the independent umpire then, and England's Dickie Bird will be the first member of the new international panel when he stands in the first test between New Zealand and Pakistan in February.
It can only be good for the game where you have one umpire, local umpire, and one umpire from the National Grid International panel.
The question of umpires' impartiality has been an increasing concern for cricket's administrators. The ICC hope an independent umpires panel will go a long way towards relieving the pressure on match officials. Duncan Jones, BBC News at Lord's Cricket Ground.
And the main news again, British Gas is to lose its monopoly to supply domestic users. There are fears some customers may face big price rises. The president of Sinn Féin calls for direct talks with London and Dublin. Downing Street says not until the violence ends. That's all from us. Good evening. Bye-bye.
Hello. By this time tomorrow, probably the only snow lying will be in northern Scotland, but don't despair, those of you who have put a bet on. There is a bit more on the way later on in the week. That's the radar picture at the moment, a mass scattering of showers blowing in from the northwest, so they are mostly on the western side of the country. And that means that the clouds don't really give us a good blanket, and the temperature is going to drop, especially on the eastern side. We'll see an early frost in eastern Scotland, eastern England, temperatures dipping round about freezing, maybe -1, whereas the west, the showers will bunch together in rather a more organised area of rain, sleet or even snow for places. That's the temperatures around about midnight, and into the early hours things start to rise. It'll always stay very cold up around Grampian, probably around about freezing for most places. By the end of the night, well, the cloud will have stretched right across the country, preceded by sleet. There'll be some snow on the higher ground, especially in Scotland, but this is actually inherently fairly warm air, so mist is more likely on the hills and some heavy bursts of rain. It'll start to brighten up in the west during the morning, still showers being pushed in though. And by about middle of the afternoon, this is the thing that will be taking the rain out of the way, and there'll be showers packed in behind and a very strong westerly wind. But this area here, much the same as we had a day or so ago, will bring a further area of rain back down through the middle of the country. So northern England could actually have a wet end to the day as well, whereas it should brighten up further south and brighten up further north. Here's the wintry showers, more snow for the northern Grampian, northern Highlands, probably just more rain for the southern parts of England and Wales. The temperatures are not very good at 5 to 7, but they're not bad considering this time of the year. Wind direction, westerly. I've already said it could well be gale force. Could gust up to 50 miles an hour over the headlands of southwest England and over Wales. The wind will be much lighter further north. There's a scattering of temperatures and wind speeds, average wind speed, for around about the middle of the afternoon. Now, if we look ahead to Thursday, this is the thing that could bring us rather more in the way of sleet, rain and snow quickly across the country, to be followed by much colder air. This following air will bring us showers of sleet or snow quite a long way down through the country, so what's gone today and tomorrow quite possibly will return and might lie on the ground throughout the whole of Friday. Friday into Saturday, the wind will be a chill northerly and bring wintry showers. Good night.
In half an hour, Jill Dando boards the new Eastern and Oriental Express on its journey from Singapore to Bangkok. Kathy Taylor goes cycling in Holland, Paul Gogarty relaxes in Corfu, and Sue Cook takes a winter break in Oxfordshire. Meanwhile, on BBC1 Northern Ireland, we take a break from winter's chills and head down under to Ramsay Street.
Neighbours.
just put an ad in the Erinsborough News. This place is on the market. I've put it up for sale.
No, I'm sorry, I just can't.
Then find yourself another job. You're through here.
There must be some friends you'd like to have over.
Toby and Bout's all my best friends.
Oh, these things happen, Hannah. No one's to blame.
You won't go